Well, today is the day. The dear leader sits the throne, and freedom now is in exile. I would refer anyone who is interested in actually resisting to the wiki for the Spanish Maquis. I covered it briefly in another video, but I'm going to cover it again here, as I believe this group of people to be the most effective resistance group that has ever operated. The Spanish Maquis were a group of people that operated during World War II in France and in Spain. And I'm only going to spend some time in the video briefly covering this. I would recommend everyone go to it and become a student of how these people operated. Just going to read you this one paragraph or so. During the German occupation of France, the Spanish Maquis engineered more than 400 railway sabotages, destroyed 58 locomotives, dynamited 35 railway bridges, cut 150 telephone lines, attacked 20 factories, destroying some factories totally, and sabotaged 15 coal mines. They took several thousand German prisoners, and, most miraculous considering their arms, they captured 3 tanks. In the southwest part of France, where no Allied armies have ever fought, they liberated more than 17 towns. Also during World War II, Spaniards assassinated the German generals von Schomberg, the commandant of Paris, and von Ritter, a recruiter of forced labor. Now you can read through the rest of this for yourself, but I think that speaks for itself. Now, how does this apply to us? Well, I've spent the morning creating something that I think is going to be of great assistance if you're actually interested in resisting. These are the 5 fundamentals of occupied resistance. Now, I'm going to say this again. If you're the kind of person that is going to operate emotionally and just wants to be seen as resisting and just wants to go out and carry signs and wear t-shirts and, make yourself a spectacle, then this isn't going to be for you. I mean, I appreciate the support and everything, but this is going to be a channel for people who are actually interested in making headway and gaining traction in resistance. First concept is know yourself. You're going to need to get out a pen, a piece of paper, not right now, but at some point, and put this down on paper for yourself. A, why am I resisting? You need to list at least 5 non-personal reasons. You cannot be doing this for personal reasons. You cannot be doing this to be self-serving. If you were, you might as well just go join the Trump supporters, because everything that they've done has been all about self-service. What are my goals? You once again need to list at least 5 non-personal goals and have these be your little mini Bible going forward, so that when people attempt to manipulate you emotionally against doing it, you can refer back to these things and see, I'm not doing this because of emotions, I'm doing this because of good, sound, thought-based reasons. C, what am I willing to give up? If this has been a hobby, just an online thing to keep you occupied, and because you have times in your life when you're bored, then, sorry, this isn't going to work. Because you're going to have to give up some time. And you may have to give up some friends, which goes to D, who am I willing to give up? You're going to have to understand that these are very serious topics and very serious things that are going on. If this were a normal Republican Democrat, I wouldn't be doing this. This man is neither, and he's incredibly dangerous, and he is going to be, like Barack Obama said, a threat to the Republic. All right, and E, and this is going to be the most important thing. Do I want to actually resist, or do I just want to be seen or self-identifying as resisting? If you're going to be this type of person that just wants to make yourself feel good, make your friends feel good, and, have your Facebook channel look like it's resisting, sorry. I mean, I appreciate, once again, the thought, but that's not what this channel is going to be about. Know your enemy. This is going to be an even harder thing for a lot of people, especially on the left, to come to grips with. You're going to have to understand who these people are, what they think, and why they do what they do, even if they don't know it themselves. I have said on the channel that I have used these clickbaity thumbs and big shiny pictures and titles with exclamation points and different things in it, simply because these people can't help themselves. They have for years and years gone to YouTube to look for the end of the world date and to look for a preacher to tell them what to believe and to look to see themselves as some kind of radical revolutionary when they're not. They're absolutely not. They are just fear-based hobbits living in little holes trying to find the next enemy. And when you know that about them, even if they don't believe that, you can use that against them. Hey, why are they my enemy? Or why are they the enemy? At least 5 non-personal reasons to list for yourself that makes them the enemy of people everywhere. The enemy of freedom, the enemy of liberty, and the enemy of the Republic. Not you. What are their goals, belief systems? You need to understand fully. Now, this is where the homework starts. Folks, I need you to, if you haven't before, go to these places, talk radio, their websites, local organizations, and pen and paper handy, and write down what the concepts are. Go get a subscription to Rush 24/7 and go back through and listen and write down what the fundamentals are of how these people think and why they believe what they believe. You need to be a student of your enemy. You have to understand where they come from and how they operate, and even their local organizations, and that's going to be key here in a minute in another topic. What are their definitions of success? See, that's going to be the big weakness in Trump supporter, because now they think it's over. Today is their crowning glory, and then they're just going to go crawl back in their holes because they think they've won. They're not going to be down for the fight. They're not going to be down for the long-term fight. They just want everything to be a football game where there's a score at the end of the day and they win and somebody else loses and they can go drink beer. That's what they think this is. They think it's a WWE wrestling match or a NASCAR race. And they just can't wait to win so they can just go someplace, sit around, drink beer. So they're to their minds, they're done. And that's going to be their weakness. Maintain focus. Think. Don't feel. If you use your emotions to drive your activities, you are going to fall into the same trap as they did. And you're just going to end up supporting someone on the left or from another group of people that's playing on your emotions as well. Use your mind to formulate plans. Create like-minded groups. Now I want to talk a little bit more about making plans. You need to hit these people where it hurts, and you cannot do it in a way that makes you a target as well. And that's very hard to do because you want to be seen as winning. You want to be seen as having an effect. And that's going to be the downfall of anyone attempting to make this about themselves. All right, lost my place there for a minute. Use your mind to formulate plans, create like-minded groups. Understand it is not about you, it is about an idea. It is not about you, it is about an idea. Donald Trump makes everything about him. Trump is the answer to this. Trump is the answer to that. Trump is the answer to the other. It's never conservatism. It's never liberalism. It's never progressivism. There's no ideas operate in this group of people. It's all about a man, and that can be used against them. Here's another hard concept. Maintain anonymity. You go walking into a local business wearing your "I'm still with her" t-shirt and your, Clinton Kane hat. The walls are going to go up and you're not going to make any inroads. I would recommend going and getting some of that "Make America Great" nonsense. It's probably going to be cheap here in a couple of weeks. And, going into your local businesses that support him and getting the names of the people that are in the sales and marketing divisions of those businesses. Then find out what businesses support those businesses, and make like your friends. Make like we're all one big happy family. And go get names, go get addresses, go get a complete operational dossier on the people in your community that support this man and support his goals. And then once you have all of that together, then you can formulate a plan and start putting out stuff online that attack these businesses and attack their operations, and doing so anonymously. Basically stating the conversation you want to have happen behind the scenes is one business goes to another and says, we can no longer support or operate with you because we're going to lose too many accounts because of your support for Donald Trump. You need to have that conversation be happening in offices all around the country. You've got to hit these people where they operate, and they operate in money, and they operate in business. This man is one of the biggest landowners. He's a patrician. This is all of the thinking of his supporters, is that what makes him qualified is that he's rich and that he operates financially. If that's the case, that's where you have to hit him. You do. And believe me, when you get into the sales and the marketing departments of these businesses, go listen to talk radio. Hear who the sponsors are. And then write down those business names. And then, like you're their best buddy, give them a call up, pretend to be a Trump supporter, and start getting information about those businesses and the things that they offer, and find out who these people are. They'll be more than happy to supply you with personal phone numbers and Facebook links and all this kind of stuff, and just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Get all the information that you can about all of these businesses in your local community. Find out who they are. Find out how they operate. And then once you have all that together, then you can put together a plan. You can put together an online assault force that writes letters saying, based in anonymous letters, that says, look, based on your support for this and based on your involvement in this, we're no longer going to support your business. Don't go marching into a bar that has a Trump Pence sticker on it and start, assailing the owner directly. He's just going to laugh at you and point you to the door. What you need to find out is who's supplying him with rugs and mats for the back. Who's supplying him with window washing? Who's supplying him with parking lot maintenance? All of his little support smaller businesses. And then you got to find those people, and you got to make their life difficult so that they say, hey, we can't service your air conditioners anymore because we're going to lose too much business because we're associated with you. This is how you do it. And you have to do it anonymously. These people find out who you are. These people find out what you're doing. It's over. It's absolutely over. And I hope Trump supporters come here, because it'll make them completely paranoid about any new converts or new recent converts to the Make America Great Again movement. They'll never know. Is this person really somebody who believes in him, or are they just trying to infiltrate our group? And that paranoia will operate fantastically. And one last point. All of what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of protests on the news. These people out there, and they're, of course, the media is going to pick out the most crazy, mind-numbed drug addict out there, and they're going to attempt to label all people who oppose Trump as being like that. These people are doing us a huge favor. Let them do that, because that's where the attention is going to be. Let the media keep the attention on the crazies, on the nut jobs, so that we can operate behind the scenes, anonymously, under the radar, doing real damage to the Trump support network. So these videos are probably going to end up being a little bit longer than 10 minutes now, because there's going to be a lot more information to cover. So I appreciate all the support. Like, share, subscribe. The subscribership is still going up. And like I said, folks, this has to be something where you really know yourself, and you know what your goals are, and you know what you want to do. So if anybody has any questions, just inbox me or down in the comments. I will be glad to expound on any of the concepts that I've covered in the 5 here. Get them financially. I didn't scroll all the way down. Follow the trails. Keep good records. No information's too small. Covered that. So anyway, you can come to this video and go back over it. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. God bless.